When war comes between Japan and the United States, I shall not be content merely to occupy Guam, the Philippines, Hawaii, and San Francisco. I look forward to dictating the peace to the United States in the White House at Washington. Yes, the conquering army down Pennsylvania Avenue. That was the final goal.
If any of America's enemies had the ability to make such a vision a reality, it was Isoroku Yamamoto, the commander-in-chief of Japan's combined fleet. The admiral had already shown that U.S. soil was within his reach. He was the mastermind of the Pearl Harbor raid of December 7th, 1941. The aerial assault was the first attack on American soil since 1812, and its savagery propelled America into the war.
Each day this week in motion picture theaters throughout the land, Americans are remembering with vengeance in their hearts.
Vengeance wasn't long in coming. 4 months later, on April 18th, 1942, the U.S. aircraft carrier Hornet, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle, sent B-25 bombers swooping over Tokyo at treetop level, dropping 500-pound bombs.
Now, the interesting thing about the Doolittle raid, what was so, in the short term, important about it, is that that is the first attack on the Japanese homeland.
American dealt an even more devastating reprisal to Japan a year later. Navy codebreakers intercepted Japanese radio intelligence, revealing that Admiral Yamamoto himself would be flying over Bougainville Island the next morning. By coincidence, the first anniversary of the Doolittle raid. President Franklin D. Roosevelt didn't mince words. He told Secretary of the Navy Frank Knox to, quote, "get Yamamoto." And so 18 P-38 fighter jets were sent from Cookham Field on Guadalcanal to shoot down Yamamoto's plane. In the crash that followed, the admiral was killed. Pearl Harbor was avenged.
It was crushing to Japanese morale to lose this extraordinary military figure. I think one of the most interesting things about Operation Vengeance, and then exactly a year earlier, the Doolittle raid, why don't we remember these? We remember World War II as the good war, the heroic war. This idea of vengeance, this very incredible campaign to figure out, using the intelligence to find this admiral, that's not nearly as heroic as lifting that flag over Iwo Jima. It just isn't. It's not nearly the technological breakthrough that Hiroshima and Nagasaki were. It also doesn't unleash that kind of style of raid. It's just yet another use of intelligence. One of the other reasons why this is a hard thing to remember, there's a lot of controversy about who actually killed him.
Captain Tom Lanphier and Lieutenant Rex Barber both claim to have shot down Yamamoto's plane. The dispute continues among historians to this day. But there was no dispute over the final fate of Yamamoto.
You lose this incredible figure for the Japanese, this incredible blow to morale. Who will lead us now? But it's one more story in these brutal takings of these islands, and taking those islands was hard.